And a lot of people think this is a technical issue. And so if you go into any industry, they'll have a lot of solutions that are technical based. But as we keep going in and solving these problems, we find this is not a technical problem. It's that their thinking and their practices are misaligned with success. And so let me give you an intro here of all the ideas that are misaligned with success that normally, people don't believe. And so the first is what we've already been taught, the definition of an expert. So again, I'm going to use a water bottle because the water bottle example is the best one we have. And so if you've seen it before, hopefully this is ingrained in your mind. And so in the general chat here, if you're, actively participating and you can type something, if I were to let go of this water bottle, I do 100 tests of letting this go. What % of the time would this water bottle stay in midair? Should be 0. Good. 0%. Now, how did you know that? I didn't even run the test, but you knew it. It's because you are an expert in water bottles, dropping water bottles. And so you are an expert in this. When you are an expert, it means you understand it. When you understand it, it means it's simple to you and you can see into the future. So that's one big thing. Experts understand and can see into the future. Now, this idea of thinking and decision making. If I were to let this go, how many of you had to think about what would happen when I let it go? Hopefully no one, because this is what we call a no-brainer. It's so simple that you don't have to think because you know. So do we want experts to think more or think less? What do you think? Yes, so experts should be thinking less. Now, should experts make you think more or less? So if you're an expert, should you make everyone think more or less? More or less. The general idea is people say more. But again, if you see it simple, you can see into the future, but also you make it simple for everybody else. That's what we call transparency. When you make it simple for everyone else so they can see into the future just like you without your technical expertise. That is what we require for an expert. They see it simple, they understand it, they can see into the future, and they can make it simple for everyone else so they can also see into the future. If you just remember that, there's so many ways now that you can find out if someone is an expert. The biggest way, ask them to show you the future. If they can't make a simple plan, if they can't see the end of your project and define it in metrics, you might not have an expert. Now this next one, trust and relationships. So if you're an expert or we want to increase performance, do we want to have more trust and more relationships or less trust and less relationships? What do you think? More. And that is what most of us are taught. The general consensus is to get more performance. We need stronger relationships. We need to trust the expert more. But let me ask you a question again with the water bottle. If I release this water bottle, did anyone here have to trust somebody else to know what would happen? You didn't need to because it was simple to you. And when it's simple to you, you can see into the future and you don't have to trust anyone because you know. And so if an expert makes you trust them, what does that mean? It's not simple to you and you can't see into the future, which means they most likely are not an expert. So experts, they should require no trust and no relationships from you because they should make it simple that you don't have to trust and don't have to have a relationship with you. Okay, let's keep going. Expertise costs more. So a lot of times we think we're buying expertise. We want good quality. That means Experts will tell us, I cost more because I'm an expert. Does this make any sense now? No, it does not. If you get an expert who can see it simple, make it simple for everybody else, can see into the future from beginning to end, can do it one time, no mistakes, can see it the most efficiently, they should always lower your costs. It doesn't make sense to hire an expert to increase your costs. Experts should always lower the cost. Now, there's times, and we'll get into it, why experts may look like they cost more. But if they're delivering the same thing, an expert should always deliver it at a lower cost than a non-expert, up front and in the long run.
If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the thumbs up button and subscribe to our channel for more content. If you have any questions about the best value approach or for Dr. Dean, leave them in the comment section below and we'll get to them in a later video. Thanks, and we'll see you next time.